Awakening is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering what you already are. It is stripping away illusions and false identities until only light and love remain. The mind wants to complicate it, but awakening is simply returning to presence, to the clarity that has always lived within you. Awakening means living in alignment. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions no longer pull in different directions but move together. From this alignment, you begin to see clearly how connected everything is. Compassion stops being an idea and becomes the way you live. You begin to act with awareness, not out of fear or reaction. Where do you think your higher self resides? Where is the higher self? This is a question for a metaphysical audience, one who has heard the term many times. There are those who would channel, and when others see them channel, they'll say, well, that person is channeling their higher self. There is the acknowledgement that there is a sacred part of the human being that has a higher consciousness than the human being does, and it has been labeled the higher self. It begs also the question, what is it, that higher self? So we talk to a metaphysical audience at the moment, and we say the difficulty in the answer to this is it depends upon where your consciousness is. It really does. Now there are those who would disagree, and they would say, in the structure of the soul and the human being, and all the things that are the human, has a higher self which resides in X. This is a structure the human beings really enjoy because then they can identify it. They can take classes on it. They can access it. They can name it. They can do whatever they choose. And all of those things are incorrect, actually. And the incorrectness, well, it comes from what is happening right now in the shift. Both males and females are adjusting to this rebalancing of energies. If we are experiencing an inner struggle in this area, that might be due to not fully embracing the divine feminine within ourselves. There are many ways to do this. Expressing ourselves through dance, art, music, spending more quiet time with Mother Earth, or doing helpful volunteer work with children or animals are all wonderful ways to open to an expression of the divine feminine. It is also very important to nurture our physical, emotional, and mental bodies right now, so we can ride the wave of the divine feminine energies pouring in at this time, allowing these shifts to flow through us more easily. It is essential right now that we nurture ourselves, because that is a huge part of anchoring the divine feminine energy in ourselves and in the world. Each of us has our own unique way of nurturing ourselves, whether it is breakfast in bed, taking a day off work to relax, meditating and talking to our guides, absorbing the beauty of Mother Earth, or whatever nurtures us in a positive way. Nurturing ourselves naturally leads us to nurture the world around us. You should know the answer to this question about the higher self. Any healers here? Are you watching? And perhaps you are metaphysical and you have had that which is a healing practice, or you have something that is metaphysical. You probably of all people are aware of what is happening in these last years during this shift, is that the things you counted on are moving around. Some have gotten stronger, some have gone away. In this you realize there is a recalibration going on of the human soul in respect to access by the human being. human being, your consciousness is starting to raise. We have channeled before. As that consciousness raises, so does the dimensionality of the reality for the human being. You heard it. I'll say it again. If you believe in dimensions and you want to count them, you can. But many are saying you're moving into the 5th dimension. You've heard this before. We had said that is not exactly accurate. You are moving into a multidimensional state. It doesn't matter. The feeling is the same. So you are already on board with a change is happening that actually moves your reality. Even when these shifts seem vast and challenging, know that in this amazing, earth-changing moment, we are stepping into a new era. And we chose to be here to experience it. Allow yourself, dear friend, to trust this unfolding with your whole heart. Every change, every release, every new beginning is part of your return to wholeness. The fear, worry, and doubt that sometimes try to cloud your vision cannot hold in the presence of your light. You are here as a living bridge between the old world and the new, a pioneer of love in action. Take courage in knowing that as you align with your divine self, you are not only elevating your own life, you are also helping to lift the collective into a brighter future. Stand tall in this remembrance. You are the miracle the earth has been waiting for. Invocation of the Divine Feminine. To anchor these insights not only in the mind, but also in the heart, let us take a sacred moment together. Where's the higher self? Well, let's talk about where it used to be. First of all, the concept of the higher self is what I will call the soul energy of the human being. It has many names. Some have even called it the oversoul. And in that naming of this higher self, there are no wrong names. It is the description of a higher consciousness that is sacred that every single human has. But in an older energy, dear ones, the higher self was pretty much buried. It wouldn't be something you could access instantly without some perhaps practice, without some understanding, without some study. When we first started channeling, we gave you numbers of channeling called peeling the onion of reality. And when we gave those channelings, the whole idea was about you as a human being going inside and starting to peel away old energy concepts. You might even call it the dark part of consciousness, the duality that was dark and would make you fear first and love second in an older energy. And so you would peel away until you got to what we used to call the core self. And then you would start to see where the higher self was. Perhaps you've had some metaphysical teaching in the past that said this. The higher self is something you sense and work with, and it's part of your soul, therefore it's far away. It would be in that soul area, that part you go when you die, not that part you go to when you're walking around, when you're doing your housework. And this is what was, I would say, the most common thing you were told, that the higher self was beyond that which you could touch, and you had to then work with it at a distance,